Preparing for interviews at product-based companies like Google and Amazon, many developers focus on memorizing concepts and syntax. However, the real challenge begins when interviewers ask questions that test your ability to think under pressure and adapt to unfamiliar scenarios. In this video, we'll explore 5 Java questions that often catch candidates off guard, revealing what these companies truly value in their hiring process. We'll walk through each question, discuss the underlying concepts, and highlight the critical thinking skills required to succeed. Whether you're a seasoned developer or just starting out, understanding these questions will help you prepare for the unpredictable nature of top-tier tech interviews. Transitioning from service-based organizations to product-based companies is a significant step for many developers. While service-based interviews often focus on theoretical knowledge and familiar concepts, product companies like Google and Amazon prioritize problem-solving and real-time application. The first time you face such an interview, you may realize that your preparation has been too narrow. Instead of asking about syntax or frameworks, interviewers present scenarios that require you to apply your knowledge creatively. This shift demands a new strategy, one that emphasizes adaptability, critical thinking, and the ability to reason through complex, evolving problems. Product-based companies are not just interested in what you know, they want to see how you approach problems you haven't encountered before. The interview process is designed to push you out of your comfort zone, forcing you to think on your feet. Questions often start simple but quickly evolve, adding layers of complexity that test your reasoning skills. It's not enough to recite definitions or explain concepts. You must demonstrate your ability to adapt, identify potential failures, and propose solutions under pressure. This approach separates those who can truly innovate from those who rely solely on memorized answers. One of the most common questions at Amazon, and sometimes at Google, is about designing a rate limiter for an API that handles millions of requests per second. At first glance, it seems like a straightforward system design problem. However, the real challenge lies in handling concurrency and distribution. A naive implementation using a simple counter fails when multiple threads access it simultaneously, leading to race conditions. The interviewer will probe deeper, asking about thread safety and distributed systems. To answer effectively, you must understand Java's concurrency primitives and be able to reason about scaling your solution across multiple servers. Implementing a rate limiter, concurrency becomes a critical concern. Using a regular integer counter is not thread safe, as multiple threads can simultaneously read and update the value, breaking the rate limit. The solution involves using Java's atomic integer, which ensures atomic operations. However, this only solves the problem for a single server. In a distributed environment, each server maintains its own counter, making the approach ineffective. You must then consider distributed counters, often backed by systems like RIDIs, to maintain consistency across all servers. This question tests your ability to identify and address real-world challenges beyond the happy path. Finding the first non-repeating character in a stream is a classic interview question. While the static version is straightforward, the stream variant introduces new constraints. Characters arrive one at a time, and you must instantly return the current first non-repeating character. Using a linked hash map preserves insertion order, allowing efficient tracking. However, the interviewer may add complexity by introducing multiple threads. Now, synchronization or concurrent data structures are required, as linked hash map is not thread safe. This question tests your ability to adapt your solution as constraints evolve, requiring real-time reasoning and flexibility. Interviewers often change the constraints of a problem mid-discussion, forcing you to rethink your approach. For the non-repeating character stream, handling multiple threads means you must use synchronization or choose a concurrent data structure. Recognizing when a problem's constraints shift and adjusting your solution accordingly is a key skill. This ability to reason in real time rather than relying on memorized answers is what product-based companies are looking for. It demonstrates flexibility, depth of understanding, and the capacity to handle unexpected challenges. LRU, least recently used, cache is a favorite interview question at Amazon. Most developers understand the concept. When the cache is full, evict the item accessed least recently. The real challenge is implementing both get and put operations in O1 time. The solution involves combining a linked hash map with access order mode, which automatically maintains LRU order. However, the interviewer will ask about thread safety. Linked hash map is not thread safe, so you must consider wrapping it with collection synchronized map or using a concurrent hash map with a custom eviction mechanism. This question tests your depth of knowledge about Java collections and concurrency. Knowing the right data structure is essential, but it's not enough. You must also understand its limitations, especially in concurrent environments. For the LRU cache, linked hash map works well for maintaining order, but it fails when multiple threads access it simultaneously. Wrapping it with collection synchronized map provides basic thread safety, but may not scale efficiently. Alternatively, a concurrent hash map with a separate eviction mechanism can handle concurrency better. This question reveals whether you can reason deeply about the Java Collections API and make informed decisions based on the requirements. Diagnosing a deadlock in production is a question that separates experienced developers from those who have only worked on assignments. Most candidates can explain what a deadlock is, but few can walk through the steps to diagnose it in a real system. The best approach involves taking a thread dump using tools like JStack, identifying blocked threads, and tracing the locks involved. Deadlocks often result from inconsistent lock ordering. The fix is to acquire locks in a consistent order or use trylock with a timeout. This question tests your practical experience with debugging and production tools. Interviewers want to know if you have real-world experience diagnosing production issues. Knowing the definition of a deadlock is not enough. You must be familiar with tools like JStack and understand how to interpret thread dumps. Identifying blocked threads and tracing lock acquisition order is crucial. The ability to fix deadlocks by enforcing consistent lock ordering or using trilock demonstrates practical knowledge. This question signals whether you've worked on backend systems and can handle complex debugging scenarios. Finding all pairs in an array that sum to target value is a common coding problem. The stream version, where numbers arrive one at a time, adds complexity. You must report pairs as they are discovered, requiring efficient tracking. Using a hash set to store scene numbers allows quick lookup. However, the interviewer may introduce additional constraints, such as handling repeated numbers or distributing the stream across multiple machines. Each layer of complexity tests your ability to extend your solution and maintain clarity. Google interviewers often refer to thinking in layers, starting with a simple solution and evolving it as constraints increase. For the pair-finding stream problem, you must handle repeated numbers, count pairs, and adapt to distributed environments. Using a shared store like Redis for the scene set ensures consistency across machines. This approach demonstrates your ability to extend solutions logically and maintain focus on the core problem, even as requirements change. Key realization is that the question on the surface is rarely the actual question. Rate limiter problems are really about concurrency. LRU cache questions test your collection's knowledge. Deadlock diagnosis is about production experience. Stream problems assess your ability to adapt in real time. Product-based interviews are designed to see how you handle evolving challenges, not just whether you know the syntax. Preparing for these interviews requires a shift in mindset, focus on reasoning, adaptability, and critical thinking. Succeed in product-based interviews, memorizing answers is not enough. You must train yourself to ask, what breaks about my current solution if I add this constraint? Continually questioning and refining your approach is essential. Practice reasoning out loud, clearly and specifically without freezing when follow-ups arrive. This strategy will help you handle the unpredictable nature of top-tier tech interviews and demonstrate the skills that companies like Google and Amazon value most. While not all Java updates impact backend services, certain features in Java 21 are particularly relevant for production environments. Understanding which features matter and how they can improve your systems is crucial. Staying up to date with Java's evolution ensures you can leverage new capabilities and optimize your solutions for real-world challenges. This knowledge complements your interview preparation, making you a more effective developer. Preparing for interviews at Google, Amazon, and similar companies requires more than technical knowledge. Focus on practicing real-time reasoning, adapting to changing constraints, and communicating your thought process clearly. Use mock interviews to simulate pressure in unfamiliar scenarios. Review core Java concepts, but prioritize understanding how to apply them in complex, evolving situations. This approach will help you stand out and demonstrate the qualities top companies seek. Successful software engineers develop a mindset that goes beyond coding. They approach problems holistically, considering concurrency, distribution, and real-world constraints. Product-based interviews are designed to test this mindset, pushing candidates to think deeply and adapt quickly. Cultivating this approach will not only help you in interviews but also in your day-to-day work as a developer. Advancing your career in software development means embracing continuous learning and adaptability. Interviews at top companies are opportunities to showcase your growth and problem-solving abilities. Focus on developing skills that go beyond technical knowledge, such as communication, reasoning, and the ability to handle ambiguity. These qualities will set you apart and open doors to exciting opportunities. Practicing coding problems is essential, but the real value comes from applying your knowledge to unfamiliar scenarios. Product-based interviews often present problems that evolve, requiring you to adapt your solution on the fly. Focus on understanding the principles behind each problem and practice reasoning through constraint changes. This will help you build confidence and demonstrate your ability to handle complex challenges. Interviewers at Google and Amazon are looking for candidates who can think critically and adapt to changing requirements. They value clear communication, logical reasoning, and the ability to handle pressure. Understanding their perspective will help you tailor your responses and demonstrate the qualities they seek. Approach each question as an opportunity to showcase your problem-solving skills and adaptability. Learning software development is about more than mastering syntax and frameworks. It's about facing real-world challenges, adapting to new constraints, and continuously improving your skills. Product-based interviews reflect this reality, testing your ability to reason and innovate. Embrace the learning process, seek out challenging problems, and focus on developing a mindset that thrives in uncertainty. Handling pressure during interviews is a skill that can be developed. Practice reasoning out loud, stay calm when faced with unfamiliar problems, and focus on logical thinking. Product-based companies value candidates who can maintain clarity and composure under stress. Building confidence through practice and preparation will help you succeed in high-stakes interviews. The journey to becoming a successful software engineer is ongoing. Continuously seek feedback, learn from each interview, and refine your approach. Product-based interviews are designed to challenge you, but they also provide valuable insights into your strengths and areas for growth. Embrace the process, stay curious, and keep pushing yourself to improve. Uncertainty is a constant in software development and interviews. Product-based companies want to see how you handle ambiguity and evolving requirements. Practice approaching problems with an open mind, ask clarifying questions, and adapt your solutions as new information emerges. This mindset will help you navigate complex interviews and real-world projects. Clear communication is essential during interviews. Practice explaining your reasoning, outlining your approach, and discussing potential failure points. Product-based companies value candidates who can articulate their thought process and collaborate effectively. Focus on developing strong communication skills alongside technical expertise. Interviewers often follow up with additional constraints or questions. Stay calm, listen carefully, and adapt your solution. Practice handling follow-ups by reasoning through new requirements and proposing logical adjustments. This skill demonstrates your ability to think critically and handle evolving challenges. Every interview is an opportunity to learn and grow. Reflect on your performance, identify areas for improvement, and seek feedback. Product-based interviews are designed to test your adaptability and reasoning skills. Embrace the learning process and use each experience to refine your approach. Strong foundation in Java concepts, collections, and concurrency is essential for product-based interviews. Review core topics, practice applying them in real-world scenarios, and focus on understanding their limitations. This foundation will help you reason through complex problems and adapt to changing requirements. Real-time reasoning is a critical skill for product-based interviews. Practice thinking through problems as they evolve, adapting your approach, and communicating your logic clearly. Use mock interviews and coding challenges to simulate pressure and unfamiliar scenarios. This practice will help you build confidence and demonstrate your ability to handle complex challenges. Product-based interviews often introduce production constraints such as concurrency, distribution, and scalability. Practice reasoning through these challenges, identifying potential failure points, and proposing robust solutions. Understanding real-world constraints will help you stand out and demonstrate your practical knowledge. Scaling solutions is a common theme in product-based interviews. Practice adapting your approaches to handle large volumes, distributed systems, and concurrent access. Focus on identifying bottlenecks and proposing scalable architectures. This skill demonstrates your ability to handle real-world challenges and build robust systems. Product-based interviews test your ability to identify and address failure points in your solutions. Practice reasoning through edge cases, concurrency issues, and distributed challenges. Focus on proposing solutions that handle real-world constraints and maintain reliability. This approach will help you demonstrate depth of understanding and practical knowledge. Collaboration is essential in software development and interviews. Practice working with others, discussing your approach, and seeking feedback. Product-based companies value candidates who can collaborate effectively and contribute to team success. Focus on developing strong teamwork skills alongside technical expertise. Real-world experience is invaluable for product-based interviews. Practice diagnosing production issues, debugging complex problems, and adapting to evolving requirements. Use your experience to inform your approach and demonstrate practical knowledge. This will help you stand out and showcase your ability to handle real-world challenges. Adaptability is a key quality for success in product-based interviews. Practice adjusting your solutions as constraints change, reasoning through new requirements, and maintaining clarity. Product-based companies value candidates who can adapt quickly and handle uncertainty. Focus on developing this skill through practice and continuous learning. Growth mindset is essential for success in software development and interviews. Embrace challenges, seek out learning opportunities, and focus on continuous improvement. Product-based interviews are designed to test your ability to learn and adapt. Cultivate a mindset that thrives in uncertainty and values growth. Staying current with Java updates and features is important for product-based interviews. Review new features, understand their impact on production systems, and practice applying them in real-world scenarios. This knowledge will help you optimize your solutions and demonstrate your commitment to continuous learning. Product-based interviews are opportunities to showcase your problem-solving skills. Practice reasoning through complex scenarios, adapting your approach, and communicating your logic clearly. Focus on demonstrating your ability to handle evolving challenges and propose robust solutions. Ambiguity is a common theme in product-based interviews. Practice approaching problems with an open mind, asking clarifying questions, and adapting your solutions as new information emerges. This skill demonstrates your ability to handle uncertainty and reason through complex challenges. Resilience is essential for success in software development and interviews. Practice handling setbacks, learning from mistakes, and staying motivated. Product-based interviews are designed to challenge you, but they also provide valuable opportunities for growth. Focus on building resilience through practice and continuous improvement. Preparing for product-based interviews at companies like Google and Amazon requires a shift in mindset. Focus on reasoning, adaptability, and clear communication. Practice handling evolving challenges, identifying failure points, and proposing robust solutions. Embrace continuous learning and growth, and approach each interview as an opportunity to showcase your skills and potential. Leverage available resources to enhance your interview preparation. Use mock interviews, coding platforms, and study guides to practice real-time reasoning and adapt to changing constraints. Seek feedback from peers and mentors and focus on continuous improvement. These resources will help you build confidence and demonstrate the qualities top companies seek. Engage with the software engineering community to stay informed and motivated. Participate in discussions, share your experiences, and learn from others. Product-based interviews are challenging, but the community provides valuable support and insights. Focus on building connections and contributing to the collective knowledge. Conclusion: product-based interviews at companies like Google and Amazon are designed to test your reasoning, adaptability, and practical knowledge. Embrace the challenge, focus on continuous learning, and practice real-time reasoning. Approach each interview with confidence, clarity, and a growth mindset. With the right preparation, you can succeed and unlock exciting opportunities in your software engineering career.